Folks, we are live. It's Tuesday, but we're talking about Feature Friday. Nope, I'm not confused at all. Happy Tuesday. Emily, welcome to the call. Folks, this week for our Feature Friday segment, we want to talk about something that comes up a lot. It might not be something that you think comes up a lot, but it does. I see the support tickets. I see people come to these live calls and ask us this question all the time. And that is, how many instances of WordPress do I need to run in order to run LifterLMS? And that question, when it comes out in multiple ways, different forms, leads to a certain pathway. And that's when you figure out that some people, it depends on use case. Some people want to have a fully fledged website, like with their CRM in it, their shopping cart in it, their products, their LMS, everything's in one site. And then there's other people based on use case that say, well, what if I want to have my LMS on a separate or a subdomain? So there's a couple of different ways to do that, and we're going to discuss that today. So if you are looking at putting a learning management system in play at your organization or your company, and you're interested on how you would manage that on a different or a subdomain, we're going to turn it over to Emily, and Emily's going to show us all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll pull up my screen share here. And like Kurt said, there are some use cases where people want to have their courses on a subdomain, which is different than their site where they sell their content. I have two demo sites here from LifterLMS open. And so they look approximately the same already because they're built from the same template. But if I were to just say that this is my sales website, and then I'll have my course website, we could take a look at what this would be. If I go to here, we have the sales website, and then this is going to be my online course website. So the landing page for my course website might be a little bit different. It might be something like, what would we put on the landing page? We'd probably do like a login page or something like that. So maybe this would be our LMS login page. And there's better ways to name this and better ways to think through this for the user experience, but I just want to highlight some ways that you could get this going and kind of start to think about what it would look like to have LifterLMS on a different website than when you're selling on. So I have my page created, and I do need to assign my login to the home page. So let's go to settings, reading, and then we'll go to login or LMS login page. And so now we have kind of a cool experience, and it shouldn't show me anything because I'm already logged in, but we maybe could show the dashboard, say like, hey, you're logged in, and then this content would be for logged in users. So there's a lot of styling you're going to want to get into with this. And when you get into something like having a separate LMS from your sales website, it creates a lot of interest in the user experience where you're going to want to lay this out. You might want to map it out in Canva, might want to map it out on paper, or if you have like a drag and drop tool of like where people come into your sales funnel, how they purchase your content, and then how they get redirected over to your learning website, you can map all that stuff out. But I think the most important things to consider is how you're going to have the branding line up. Even if you're using a different theme, you can use the same brand logo, the same brand colors, and you can make the website feel the same. At LifterLMS, we sell software, and then we also have academy.lifterlms.com, a completely separate website where we teach you how to use that software. So we're actually using this strategy at LifterLMS, and I've seen a lot of clients interested in this setup as well. So thinking through having the user experience on both sites mapped to the same thing, you can also map your menu items. A lot of course creators or people who are new to WordPress might not realize that in menus you can add a custom link. It doesn't always have to be, and I'm actually in a full site editing theme right now. If you're in like a Cadence or an Astra, editing your theme or your menu will look a little bit different. But let me jump to my navigation, and if I wanted to add a custom link, I could say login. And so this login link would be, I would like to do a custom link. Okay, so my link to login is going to take you to my secondary website. So I go to navigation, go to my custom link. My text says login to learn, something like that. And then save. Let's also see, I have contact community groups. Okay, this looks pretty good to me. So let's see if login to learn. So if I were to imagine, oh, go ahead.
Nope. Oh, I was just repeating.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let me drop out of here. So coming from my sales website, people could visit the sales content if they're new to my platform and they want to learn about it, and they could buy through this platform, and then they could log in to learn to be taken over to the login page of my other website, but they're indistinguishable. Another consideration is when people buy on your main website, the sales website I'm on here, how are they going to go get enrolled over on this secondary website? There's multiple ways to do this as well. Usually we recommend using something like WP Fusion and a CRM tool. So you can say, when somebody purchases a product, maybe a WooCommerce product or something on this website, I want to give them a tag in my CRM or email list tool like ActiveCampaign. They get a tag that says they purchased. And then on my second website, they're automatically created as a learner, so they can go in and log in that way. So that's like WP Fusion and an email list or CRM tool to manage that interaction. There are also other ways to do it though. We've done tutorials in the past about Zapier. How can you use Zapier to automatically create somebody on a second website when they purchase on a first website? So check out that tutorial about how to use Zapier as well. But there's a lot of different ways to create a similar setup where you have sales on one site and learning on a second website. Those are a few things you'll want to think into using that setup. But Kurt, do you think we covered just about everything, or are there any other considerations for people doing this kind of setup?
No, I think it's a great, first dive, right? And then there's just different ways. There's always different ways. And so you could actually build like your lead pages, sales pages, and your sales website, but you could still sell the courses through the Academy site and use like purchase links out of the access plans. They would be like direct. And that way, all the sales and all the student management happens on the LMS side, and the sales side doesn't necessarily have to have people logged in because it's a sales site, sales and marketing. That's just one of these, it's the use case. So I always say this when we talk about things, use case is tantamount to all of it. And I know that you said at Lifter, we have the Academy subdomain. When we first had Mañana No Mas and we did an LMS for Mañana No Mas, I did lms.mañananomas.com. And I eventually changed that. I think it's a holdover from corporate America, because I was a corporate trainer and I was like, well, my LMS has to be on a different website. But now I'm much more comfortable just combining things together as long as I have strong enough hosting to support what I'm doing. So that's what happens when you're emphatic and you put your hand down and you hit your keyboard by mistake. That was rich. And I was like, well, should I just end the stream now, make it look like I meant it, or should I admit that I did a mistake? Folks, I touched the keyboard. I'm horribly sorry I touched the keyboard. Tune in for our next Featured Friday. We're gonna be talking a little bit more in depth about how to use engagements. I think that's gonna do it. I'm gonna hit that one more time, and it'll be time to go. See you next week.
Cool.